Hi, my little friends. So, once again, you are back with your Maths Buddy Mini at your own favorite learning platform, Learn Forward. And I'm right here with your maths book, Maths Concepts and Skills for Grade 3 by Feathercap. What ahead? Yes, this is chapter 10 of your book, Time. What is time? Very often you ask your mother, "What's the time, mom? Am I getting late for the school? Am I in time? I'll be back in an hour. I want to go out play at 4 in the evening." Isn't it? So, you need time to be regular, to be punctual. Time is very important. Once gone, it will never come back. So, be very wise in spending your time and plan out your day's activities always. So, want to be punctual? Let's learn how to read time. We have already learned in grade 2 and 1 about time. Let's have a gear up exercise for you. Observe the given pictures and fill in the blanks. So, what do you see? Can you see the different clocks available? What's the time shown here? You read out? Yes, it is 6 o'clock. And then she is leaving her bed. So, is it 6 o'clock in the morning or in the evening? It is in the morning. This is the time when you wake up in the morning because you have to get ready for the school, isn't it? So, let's do this activity. Let's read out. Sana is very punctual student and she completes all the work on time. Let us see the time she follows in her daily routine. She wakes up at 6 a.m. So you say 6 o'clock. You can also say 6 a.m. She brushes her teeth at 6:30. That means half past 6. That is again a.m. Now she takes her breakfast at what time? 7 a.m. You can also say 7 o'clock. Right? So, this is how you read the different time. She leaves the school for, at what time does she leave the school? 7:15, yes. And the next time is 1 p.m. when she comes back home. So, at 7:15 a.m. she leaves for school and she comes back home at 1 p.m. What time does she go to play and what time does she sleep? Let us see. She goes to play at 5 p.m. and at what time is she in bed? 9 p.m. Good. So, she goes to play at 5 p.m. and is in bed. She sleeps at 9 p.m. So, this is all about her daily routine. I'm sure you also follow your routine perfectly. That is good and wise enough, children. Now, this is a clock that tells you time. That helps you in being punctual. What is this? This is the face of the clock. Just like all of you have the face, this is the face of the clock. And what is it called? Do you know? This is called a dial. Now, on the face, you find the numbers from 1 to 12. Then you have some hands. This is called the hour hand. The smallest one is the hour hand. Then this thick, bigger one is the minute hand. And the thinnest and the longest one is the second hand. So, these are the three hands where the hour hand tells you the hours, minute hand tells you the minutes, and the second hand tells you the seconds. And out of these, the smallest goes the slowest and the biggest goes the fastest, right? So, remember this. Now, reading time. When you have to read the time in the clock that you see here, where is the hour hand? It is at 3. And where is the minute hand? It is at 12. So, whenever the minute hand is at 12, your time is exactly o'clock. So, what is the time here? Your hour hand will tell you what o'clock, because it is at 3. So, the time is 3 o'clock. Okay. Now, what you have to remember is whenever the minute hand is at 12, the time is hour, o'clock. Okay. Now, look, reading the time to 5 minutes correctness. What you see here is 12 numbers and the minute hand takes 1 hour to complete this round of the clock's face. So, to cover 12 minutes, 12 numbers, it takes 60 minutes. That means the gap between any two numbers is just 5 minutes. Now, depending on where your minute hand is, we find out how many minutes have passed. So, what you look here is the minute hand is at 4. That means 5 times 4 is 20. So, 20 minutes have gone. 20 minutes passed. What? The hour hand has crossed 5, but it has not reached 6 o'clock. That means after 5 o'clock, 20 minutes have gone. So, what is the time? It is 20 minutes past 5. So, we write it as 5 hours 20 minutes. We can also say it as 20 minutes past 5. When you look at this clock, here the hour hand seems to be at 8 and the minute hand has moved just by one number, and one number means just 5 minutes. So we say this is 8 hours 5 minutes, or you also say 5 minutes past 8 o'clock. Now remember children, when we write 20, how many digits does it have? 2 digits. But when we write 5, how many digits does it have? Just 1. So it is not correct to write the time as 8 hours 5 minutes. No. Always remember the minutes part here has 2 digits. Now tell me, if you want to make 5 without changing its value, if you want to make it a 2-digit number, what will you do? You will add a 0 to it. Good. So is it correct to say 50? What is it now? It is 50. So what do you think? Is it correct to say 05? What is it still? It is still 5. So when only 5 minutes have gone, you will write it as 8 hours 05 minutes. Remember, minutes have always 2 places when you are writing the time, right? Now, here's an exercise for you. Read the clocks and write the time correctly. So, what time do you see on the clock here? Up to 4 numbers. 5 multiply by 5. Read the table of 5 up to 4. 5 fours are 20. And the hour hand has crossed 8. That means 8 hours 20 minutes. You will put 2 dots to separate the hours and minutes. What do you see here? After 5, the minutes hand has reached 10. So, how many minutes? 5 tens are 50. So, it is 5 hours 50 minutes. Okay, this is how you will be reading time. Now, when you look at this, the minute hand is at 8 and the hour hand is between 10 and 11. That means it has crossed 10. So, how many hours? 10 hours. And how many minutes? 5 times 8 is 40. So, it is 10 hours 40 minutes. So simple. So will you be reading your own time now onwards? That's great, children. Now moving ahead, clock faces have different designs. How do you see the clock faces below? So what is the shape of these? What is it? It is a circle. What is this? This is a rectangle. And what is this? This is a square. So you just have to see the different faces they have. But what do you have to write? Write the time shown in the above 3 clocks. So all the 3 clocks are showing you different time. Do mention the time here. Can you read out the first one? Yes, that is 11 hours 15 minutes. Perfect, children. So do write the time shown by the other 2 clocks also. Now, duration of time. What do you mean by duration of time? It means how much time has spent. It's not about telling how many hours, how many minutes at the time now. It is about when you are talking about some starting point, some ending time, how much is the time lapse in between. So if I say I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I leave for my school at 7 in the morning. So how much time do I take to get ready for school? See, I wake up at 6, I leave at 7. So that is exactly 1 hour. This 1 hour is called the duration of time. That means how much time has lapsed. Now, if you have an example, Anmol goes to park. He reaches there at 5 o'clock and then he plays there for some time, of course, and then returns to home at 6 o'clock. So what do you think, how much time does he play there? For how long is he there at the park? For 6 minus 5, that means for 1 hour. So that is his playing duration. Now, how do you calculate time? We already know that there are 24 hours in one day. 1 hour has 60 minutes, and in every minute, how many seconds are there? 60 seconds. Yes. So let's use this knowledge to calculate time. Calculate the number of hours in 6 days. We learned multiplication, where you have learned that when you know something about one, you want to find out for many. What do? You multiply. Good children. Now here they are asking you to find out the number of hours in 6 days. Nothing else is given. But then from our knowledge, we know that in one day, how many hours are there? 24 hours. So number of hours in one day is 24. How many will be there in 6 days? 6 times 24. Good. And you get the answer 144. So there are 144 hours in 6 days. So simple. Going ahead, how many minutes and seconds are there in 5 hours? Now the next relation is between hours and minutes. So in 1 hour, how many minutes? Yes, 60 minutes are there in 1 hour. So in 5 hours, how many minutes will be there? 5 times 60, good, that you get 300. Now in these 5 hours, you have 300 minutes. And again in 1 minute, how many seconds are there? 60 seconds in 1 minute. So what do you think, in 300 minutes, how many seconds will be there? Exactly 60 times 300, which will give you 6 threes are 18, and you put 3 zeros after it, you get 18,000. So there will be 18,000 seconds in 5 hours, and there will be 300 minutes in 5 hours. This is what you were needed to calculate. Here's an exercise for you. Complete the given table. 4 o'clock. What will be the time after 5 hours? So if you start at 4 o'clock, after 5 hours, how much will be the time? We are talking about after, so we will add. So 4 plus 5 is 9. So the time will be 9 o'clock. Now you are talking about 10 o'clock. So if you start at 10 o'clock, how much will be the time after 5 hours? So after 10 o'clock, 5 more hours. This is 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. After 12 o'clock, again you have 1 o'clock. 1, 2 and 3. So what will be the time here? 3 o'clock. Okay. So remember, whenever you get 12 in between, how you have to switch. After 10, 11, 12, and after 12, when you talk about time, the time again is 1. It is not 13. 1, 2, 3. So this is how you get 3 o'clock. Do the next. Now here it is time 2 hours before. So for after we have added, for before what will you do? You will subtract. So before 8:30, 2 hours before it, what was the time? So from hours, you will just subtract 2 hours. So before 8, it was 7, 6. So it was 6:30. That means 6:30. Similarly, go 2 hours back from these two times. Now calculate the number of hours in each of the following. So you have to find out for 15 days. What will you do? Multiply by 24. Same here. And what about 1 week? 1 week is to be converted into days first. So we will write 1 week is equal to 7 days. 1 day is equal to 24 hours. So 7 days is equal to how many hours? 7 times 24. Multiply and find out your answer. This will be in hours. Okay. So this is how you'll be doing the next question. Calculate the number of minutes in each of the following. Same. Hours. How many minutes are there in 1 hour? 60. So to convert them, what will you do? You will multiply. But what about 2 days? Can you directly change days into minutes? No. So first you will be changing days into Hours, yes. So how many hours are there in one day? 24. In 2 days, 2 times 24, good. Now you get your number of hours and multiply by 60 to get, just like we have done this. First we have changed week into days, then days into hours. So here we will first change days into hours and then hours into minutes. Calculate the number of seconds in each of the following. So here it is directly for minutes, but here you have been given hours. Same, hours into minutes and minutes into seconds. That's perfect. Sneha's daily routine is given below. Write the duration of time between the activities in each part. So she wakes up in the morning at 6 o'clock and leaves for school at 7 o'clock, my same time. So what is the duration? This is 1 hour. She reaches school at 8 o'clock and reaches back home at 1 o'clock. So how many hours? Let us count. After 8 o'clock, 9, 10, 11, 12 and then 1 o'clock. So how many hours? 5. So this gives you 5 hours. She goes to park at 4 o'clock and she comes back home at 6 o'clock. Tell me answer. Yes, that is a duration of just 2 hours, children. Perfect answer. Now, let's move ahead and his hots for you. The chef put a pizza in the oven at 10 minutes past 8. A pizza generally takes 25 minutes to cook. At what time should the chef take the pizza out of the oven? So he starts at 10 minutes past 8 o'clock and he has to keep it in the oven for 25 minutes. That means what time will he take it out? Now we will add minutes to your time. The time is 8:10. That means 8 hours, 10 minutes. So to this you will add only 25 more minutes. So what do you get? Add them. 8 hours, 35 minutes. That means he will take out the pizza from the oven at 8 hours, 35 minutes. Draw the hands on the clock to show that time. So almost half is gone at 35. Your minute hand will be at 7 and your hour hand will be between 8 and 9 because more than half of the clock space has been already covered. Now let's care. To stay healthy, it is important to spare some time and exercise for at least 40 minutes. Sham goes for a walk from 6 a.m. to 6:30 in the morning and then practice yoga from 6:30 to 6:45. Does he spend enough time? What do you think? How much time is spent here in morning walk? 30 minutes. How much time is there for yoga? 15 minutes. So total how much time? 30 plus 15 is 45 minutes. So yes, he spends enough time for his physical fitness, children. And do you also do these exercises? So you have to tell how long do you exercise every day. Whether you go walking, you go cycling, you do some exercises, whatever. But you have to mention your own time and that is very important to stay fit. Now coming to calendar. All of you must have seen calendar. What does it tell you? Yes, that shows you the months and dates. So we know the 12 months of a year. Can you say them? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and the year is gone. It's December. What comes after December again? Perfect. You have a new year starting with January again. So this is how the circle, the spin wheel continues. Now coming to the days in different months. Some months have 31 days, some have 30. And there is a month that has 28 days. Can you tell me? Yes, that's February, children. Sometimes February has 29 days also. That is in a leap year, right? Now, how do you remember that how many days are in which month? So, for this, you can use the fist. Just all of you close like this. Make a punch. Now, look at these. The raised ones have 31 and the pits have 30. Except February, remember. Now, say after me. January. Is it at a mountain? Is it at this raised one? So, it has 31. Then February has 28. Coming to next is March. It has It is on raised, so again 31. Then next month is April, that goes into this pit. So it has just 30. Then May has 31. June again in the pit has 30. July is raised with 31. Now you don't have to go backwards. From here you have to come back here to the first point. It is again raised, isn't it? So after July, August also has 31. September 30. October 31. November again 30. And December 31. So if you count, 7 months have 31 days, 4 have only 30 days, and there is one February which has 28 days, and after few years it has 29 also in a leap year. So this is how your fist is going to help you in remembering how many days are there in each month. So this is your calendar. You have reached the knuckle of your 4 fingers, and I have taught you how to know the number of days in each month. Now next is how to write a date. So whenever you have to write the date, you must know what is the date, which month is it, and which year is it. So when you write the date, always write the date first, then write the month, and then write the year. But you have to separate them. How do you separate them? Either draw the slanting lines or draw the standing lines. So you write the date like 4, then you write the month December, and you write the year 2024. You can write it as 404, then 12 is the month, and 2024 is the year. Okay, so this is how you can write date. Now here's an exercise for you. Look at the calendar for the year 2024 and answer the questions that follow. The last day of the year 2024 is, this is your 2024. What is the last day? 31st December. So what is the day here? Can you see? This is 31 December. Look up. What is the day here? It's Tuesday. So Tuesday is your correct answer. This is how you look at the calendar. Moving ahead, the first day of the year 2024. So you'll find out the day on 1st January. 25th January 2024 is a Wednesday or Thursday. I have taught you now how to look out for the days. Do find out these dates there in the calendar and see which day falls. Number of Sundays in October 2024. So if we go back to this calendar, you have to find out the number of Sundays. These are your Sundays. How many Sundays do you have here? 4 Sundays. So the number of Sundays is 4. Write the date on which Gandhi Jayanti falls in 2024. Date is always same. What is the date for Gandhi Jayanti? 2nd October. So you will mention the date here. 2 October is 10th month. Year is 2024. The first Monday of March you will see falls on, when is the first Monday of March? Let's go back and see. March, Monday. This is the first Monday. What is the date here? It is 4. Perfect. So you write here 4th is the correct answer. So just look at the calendar and then find out the other answers. When you look at number of days in 2024 is 365 or 366. So how will you make out? There is only one month where there is a difference in number of days. Let's go back and see how many days are there in that month. Which month is it? That is February. How many days do you see here? 29. But normally how many days are there? 28. So this one extra day is there, which means your year will have one extra day, that is 366. Now write the date of your father's birthday here and write the date for the Independence Day in 2024. What is the date for Independence Day? It is 15 August every year. So this will be 15 August 2024. Now write yes or no. So 10 October 2010 is written as 10-10-2010. Yes, this is correct. So you'll write yes here. Now 14 February 2024, is it written as 2024, then 14, then 02? No. So similarly, you have to check whether the other ones are given correct or not. Now There's a group discussion. Ask for a calendar from your elders and ask each member of your family when is their birthday. So it's your time to explore the calendar and you have to find the dates in the calendar, color them in red and write the date, month and day of each of your family members' birthday in your notebook. Now, chapter at a glance. Clock has two hands. The longer hand is the minute hand and the shorter one is the hour hand. There are 24 hours in a day, 60 minutes in an hour and 60 seconds in 1 minute. There are 7 days in a week, you all know, and 12 months in a year. A normal year has how many days? 365. But after every 3 years, the fourth year is a leap year in which we have 366 days. This one extra day goes in February. February normally has 28 days, but in leap year, this month has 29 days. We write the date in its short form as first you write the date, then the month, and then the year. So this was all about the chapter at a glance. Now we have some competency-based questions. Which of the following options show 1 hour 15 minutes less than the time shown in the clock? What is the time shown in the clock? 12 hours 15 minutes. So they are asking you to go back by 1 hour 15 minutes. So when you go back by 15 minutes, what is the time? 12. What will be the time 1 hour even before that? 11. So the time will be 11. That's perfect. Kunal watched a cricket match from 9:40 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. How long did he watch the match? So let's find out the duration. From 9:40 p.m. to 10:40 p.m. it is 1 hour. From 10:40 p.m. up to 11:30 p.m. how many minutes are there? Let's see. From 10:40 to 11 is how much? 20 minutes. 10:50 and then 11 o'clock. After 11 o'clock, another 30 minutes. So 30 plus 20 is 50 minutes. That means 1 hour 50 minutes. Do we have there? All these are given in minutes. Let's convert them. 1 hour is how many minutes? 50 minutes, 60 minutes and another 50 minutes. What is the sum? 110. So that is 110 minutes. Now, miscellaneous exercise, the MCQs for you to convert days into hours, multiply by 24. To convert hours into minutes, multiply by hours into minutes is 60. Perfect. How many months of a year have 31 days? Wow, you remember that. It's 7 months. And there are dash months in a year? 12 months. 23 July 24 is written as, where is 23 July 2024? That is perfect. Now, subjective type questions for you. Harry wakes up at 5 o'clock usually, but today he got up 50 minutes late. What time did he wake up? 5 hours 50 minutes. Yes. So, he woke up at 5:50 a.m. And you have to show this time here. That means 50 minutes means number 10. And after 5 o'clock, so it will be closer to 6 because just after 10 minutes, the time will be exactly 6 o'clock. So it will be closer to 6 here, your hour hand. Next, your dad left for office at 9. He was at work for 6 hours. What time did he return home? And explain your answers. So, what time do you think he returned home when he works there for 6 hours? He came back at 3 p.m. How do you explain this? He was there for 6 hours. So, 9 to 12 is 3 hours, another 3 hours after it. Or otherwise, what I taught you, when you start counting ahead, after 12, you will go with 1 because we are talking about hours here. So, let's count. 9 a.m. is the morning time, then 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So, he'll be back at 3 p.m. Read the instructions and create a calendar on an A4 size sheet of paper. It is the 3rd month of the year. What is it? March. So, you have to make the calendar. First day of the month is Tuesday. So, 1 March you will show on Tuesday and then start moving ahead. How many days are there in March? 31. So, you'll keep writing the dates till 31. Answer the following questions based on the calendar you have created. So, you have to tell 4th Saturday of the month. What is the date? what is the last day of the month. So just see when is 31st March in your calendar. Now we have time zones. The earth is divided into 24 standard time zones. In each time zone, people set their clocks and watches by the same time. For example, when it is 11 o'clock in India in the morning, it is 1:30 in New York early in the morning. So that is almost night part for them. Find out what time is it in different time zones by filling the table given below. So 8 o'clock in the morning according to USA and according to Canada. So you have to just see from these clocks. You can also explore from internet, take help from your parents and teachers to find out the difference in time here. Now next you have a math lab activity again to have fun with your teachers and friends here in your maths lab. Do this activity, have lots of fun, and I'm sure now you will be able to read out the time in your clocks yourselves without bothering your moms every time. So enjoy more sessions here with Mini for maths. Till then, happy learning children.